rush. Driving style for the summer. Digicel Summer Rush.
Nobody's doing it big like Digicel this summer. Top up with $1,000 or more and collect the letters to spell the word RUSH for a chance to win one of 3 brand new Toyota Rush SUVs. Yes, you heard it right. 3 brand new Toyota Rush SUVs.
Driving style for the summer. Hey, Digicel Summer Rush.
Start topping up now.
This is the news on top of the hour.
Live from our studio in Georgetown.
Kaieteur Radio, 99.1 FM.
Welcome to this evening's newscast right here on Kaieteur Radio. I am Kevin Smith. Let's get to the news in detail. On Tuesday last, Vice President Bharat Jagdeo, while addressing attendees at the Offshore Technology Conference organized by the Baker Institution in Texas, had admitted that one of, if not the biggest threat that Guyana faces is climate change. Despite Guyana's glaring vulnerability in the face of the impending and inevitable climate change driven by anthropogenic activity, the recently elected government has rejected the call for the cessation of new fossil fuel projects. The International Energy Agency, a group of oil-consuming nations this spring, said if governments want to achieve net zero carbon emissions by 2050, there would be no need for new fossil fuel developments. Meanwhile, a recent report by the world's foremost authority on climate science, the International Panel on Climate Change, which combines the work of over 230 scientists, has revealed that the climate change situation is much worse than previously thought, and states that immediate action is needed to prevent catastrophic consequences. And moving on. Consecutive administrations since the release of the now heavily criticized production sharing agreement inked with ExxonMobil and other operators in Guyana have been publicly committing to having the document's template revised in order to secure better deals for the country in the future. To this end, Vice President Bharat Jagdeo has now committed to having the revised PSA template be more available in as little as 6 months, one that will be tougher than the one negotiated with the Exxon consortium. According to the Vice President, Guyana's aim is to increase its oil royalties and revamp other contract terms as part of a PSA regime for future crude and gas projects now in its draft stage. The Vice President, during a special presentation on Tuesday last, had said all the deficiencies of this contract will be addressed. And now let's tell you, Suriname President Chandrika Prasad Santokhi is currently in Guyana for a 4-day visit, leading a high-level delegation which has high on its agenda, lending support to the development of this nation's nascent oil industry. Their Guyanese counterparts, however, are not in Guyana, but are in fact in Texas, attending an offshore technology conference. That conference is sponsored in part by ExxonMobil, which is headquartered in Texas. Accompanying the Surinamese president is the country's Minister of Foreign Affairs, International Business and International Cooperation, Ambassador Albert Ramdin. For Guyana's part, its Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Relations, Hugh Todd. He is in Texas. And now let's tell you, even though the International Energy Agency and the United Nations have urged world leaders to hasten steps towards renewable energy given the intensifying effects of climate change, 2 CARICOM countries are discussing the possibility of a gas strategy. Yesterday, President Ali and Suriname's head of state Santokhi continued bilateral discussions at the Arthur Chang Conference Center with a high-level delegation from both nations present for the plenary session. Prior to the engagement, the 2 presidents met with their respective ministers of foreign affairs to advance discussions in several areas encompassing a number of sectors. It was during the discussion that talks of new areas of collaboration were discussed, including the environment, the oil and gas sector, and the likelihood of establishing a common gas strategy for Guyana and Suriname. And now let's tell you the head of Guyana Police Force of Professional Responsibility, Police Force Office rather, of Professional Responsibility, Assistant Superintendent Alston Baird on Tuesday night urged citizens to report corrupt members to the GPF. Baird encouraged citizens to report such ranks in order for a sting operation to be conducted so that the rank or ranks can be caught red-handed. He also noted that in any instance where a police officer is making a demand for any citizen, that citizen can visit the OPR's head office or go to the divisional commander and make a report. Just last week, Corporal O'Mail Damon was remanded to prison when he appeared in the Georgetown Magistrates Courts before Chief Magistrate Anne McLennan.
And that's the news of the moment. Remember to get the full details of these stories, pick up a copy of the Kaieteur News. And don't forget, you can catch us on the MyTuner app as well as the Radio Garden app. You can also keep up to date by liking our Facebook page at Kaieteur Radio and subscribing to our YouTube channel, Kaieteur Radio Livestream. Oh, also catch our stream at www.kaieteurnewsonline.com/